You, my friend, are watching Unboxing Things, a show where we unbox your favorite e-com brands and we break down every element of their e-commerce packaging to make sure you know what makes it tick. So, let's see what's at my doorstep today. Today we have Crown Affair. Crown Affair is making high-quality hair care products to elevate your hair ritual. So, what can we tell from the outside of this Crown Affair box? Well, the form factor, I think, belies what is inside a little bit. I happen to know that I ordered a brush this time, so it is in there. And what I love about the outside of the box is that I can already tell that no space is wasted. So I know this is gonna ship efficiently because imagine how many of these boxes can fit in your average truck or mail bag. So compact shipments actually are an incredible way for a brand to save on material. This box uses less material than a larger box, and also on shipping rates, because this will have a lower dimensional rate shipping structure than a larger box. So Crown Affair is saving on material, which is great for the environment, also saving on shipping rates, which is great economically. The box has printing on the outside, and there's also custom tape. I love a twofer. I'm a big fan of a twofer. You've got some printing. The craft color is beautiful, and the printing, it says Crown, and as a psychic, I know that I think it says Affair underneath, since the name of the brand is Crown Affair. So I'm gonna go with that on a lark. And then on the other side, also, I can tell that it says Crown Affair. So you've got a white print on craft here and here, and then also a print on the end of the box, this beautiful kind of logo mark. So a really beautiful pattern here and here. So printing on 4 panels of the box, no printing on here and here. And then in order to do this thermal label, so this is a standard 4x6 thermal label, in order to get this on the box, it actually wraps around the sides. I do want to draw attention to the dangers of that. When a thermal label wraps around the sides of the box, you have to make sure that the scannable surface of the label is fully on one side. If you have the scannable surface wrap, it can run into scanning issues in distribution centers, which can lead to lost packages. In this case, Crown Affair has been careful about that, I can tell, because you've got the address and name information here, wraps across, all of the scannable information is on this surface, and then here is just some additional information at the bottom of the label. So they're not risking your package by folding it this way, but they do have to be quite careful about the way this is actually applied in fulfillment. Sloppy sticker application can lead to lost packages. Don't let it happen to you. So there's one more element on the outside of this box that I want to cover, and it's this beautiful custom tape. I hope you can tell, but this is actually not a white background. This is a beautiful kind of mint green background, and I love a mint green. I am a big fan of a great mint green, and they are pulling this off. Maybe they would refer to it as like a very subtle sage. I don't know how they refer to it internally, but it's a beautiful color. And then it has the black printing on it. Now this is a gummed paper tape, a non-reinforced gummed paper tape. So it's not a plastic tape. So that means that between the corrugate box and the paper-based tape, this whole outer package, I can already tell, is fully recyclable, which is great. I love how they are doing the tape completely end to end. That's a decision. How you apply tape is a creative and artistic endeavor that you don't just do it. You have to make decisions as a brand about how you apply your tape. In this case, someone at Crown Affair said, I think we ought to apply tape completely end to end perfectly, so you've got this band of color. I respect that choice. Other choices are kind of applying a smaller piece, but you don't just not make a choice. You have to decide exactly how much tape you apply to each box, because it does affect the aesthetic. Once you decide how much tape to apply to each box, you can also do some unit economics. Let's give you some measurements here. This is a 10-inch strip of tape, pretty much exactly on the dot. So if you're using a 300-foot roll of tape, for instance, then you'd actually be able to do 360 of these strips exactly if there was zero waste, which you should be striving for. So you could take the cost of the roll of tape, divide it by 360, and wablammo, you know exactly how much tape cost you have per box. Let's look at this print quality, shall we? I'm looking at it. Sometimes white ink over craft turns a little bit too too light because you're printing a light color over a darker surface. This pops out, I think, really nicely, but when you're printing light colored inks like white over craft, you do need to keep in mind that it will actually wash into the surface a little bit. It won't be a really bright white. It looks great in my opinion, but it's something to keep in mind when you choose a light color to print over craft. Let's get into this box. I'm going to use my blade. Okay. Cut away from yourself. Okay. I'm going to start opening it. This is a roll end tuck front flap box here. And so this is an interesting form factor for such a box. It's clearly a custom size. Not only is it custom printed, but it's clearly a custom size. That might be a given, but just keep in mind when you see a box that's a unique shape that someone actually had to engineer that box to perfectly fit the product. These cherry locks, as well as these side dust flaps, create a situation where rogue dust and particulate can't get into my package. This is good because I don't want a dusty brush. No. All right, you're seeing it? Okay, fun stuff. Your ritual starts here. I like how they're bringing me into the brand experience right from when I opened the box. It's craft inside with black printing, and remember that they did white printing in the outside, so they're making a different choice here on the inside. They've got a packing slip right here at the top, which I'll look at in a sec. They've also got this really adorable small piece of collateral we'll return to. Ooh, and then they have a free sample for me. I know I didn't order this, and it comes in a delightful little book type thing. You are you, now, isn't that pleasant? Dr. Seuss. I love a brand that quotes Dr. Seuss. It means a lot to me. This is a really adorable form factor. It's a piece of carton material, a single piece, and it has information about this oil. This is a beautiful freebie that was included to help me with my ritual. So you can see when I take this oil out that this carton is just a piece of material with slits cut into it. That's how simple a great piece of packaging can be. This is a really inexpensive component that does exactly what it needs to do. It packages the oil for me, it explains the ritual to me, and then of course, this is also fully recyclable because it's just paper. This other piece of collateral is also small, completely paper-based. It echoes the mint color of our tape here, so there's a nice callback to that. Has a beautiful photograph on it, and then it talks about the brand's philosophy, and it also talks about the products I ordered, and gives another beautiful photograph. So again, very simple. These two pieces, both paper-based, really not too difficult to produce, don't use too much material, and very, kind of efficient, and also completely recyclable in the blue bin. So I love that they're taking the effort to bring me into the brand experience, provide some collateral and really beautiful graphics, but it's not wasteful. And then I've got my packing slip, just a standard kind of letter-sized sheet of paper, printed in fulfillment. They folded it up so it kind of fits really nicely into the box so it doesn't crumple, which I appreciate, and you do not get this nice hit of it saying Crown Affair. A lot of brands are skipping pack slips these days. There's really kind of no one philosophy on it, but I do think that people really like to know that everything they ordered is in the box, because from the time you order to the time you receive, sometimes you forget, and you don't want to have that anxiety of like, is this what I ordered? Did I get everything I ordered? So a pack slip really reduces that anxiety. And then I've reached my product, which is packaged in a really beautiful canvas bag. So you can see here that this canvas bag says Crown Affair. The bag says made in Italy as well. And then it has a drawstring that is black that you could keep and use to store your brush, or to store like kind of anything in your toiletry sort of collection as well. It's just a beautiful cloth bag. This is for keepsies. This show is not about the products, but I gotta say, this makes my tresses look delicioso. All in all, what we've got here is corrugate box, paper tape, 2 pieces of collateral, and a pack slip. That's the entirety of the packaging that I'm going to recycle, all recyclable together and paper-based, and then this beautiful cloth bag that I'm going to keep. That's everything. Very efficient, very low impact packaging, especially when you consider that the box perfectly fits the brush, so there's no wasted space or need for void fill. Something I might be skipping over is how different this experience of receiving this brush is from your typical brush acquisition experience. Usually a brush acquisition happens at, let's say, a drugstore or something like that. You're stressed, your hair is a mess. Obviously, you're just running around. You grab something off. There's plastic components that are all like strapping it in. It's in like a little plastic straitjacket of sorts. Maybe it's in a bubble, a plastic bubble, and you need like scissors or like a lot of aggressive arm movements to get it apart. And then the item itself has a lot of plastic and stuff as well. So if you compare and contrast that, this is such a low waste experience, really easy. There was no packaging that I had to like rip off of the brush to use it. I could just open it, take it out of its little beautiful cloth home, and start using it on my head skis. I think Crown Affair is doing a really excellent job of elevating this ritual and bringing that through the packaging experience, because brushing your hair is something that you do usually every day. I think it's time to roll in the recap. Crown Affair. I have a lot of strong feelings, all positive, but I want to tell you 3 of my favorite things about their packaging. First up, it's compact. I love a compact package because it's efficiency. Compactness in size means efficiency in fulfillment, shipping, and also material waste, meaning not a lot of it. Next up, it's elevated. Crown Affair is selling a hairbrush, okay? This is an item that can be very mundane, but they have taken it and actually made it really classy, really feel almost like a luxury object, and then they're bringing that element of ritual into my life. And last, it's vibey. What do I mean by that? This is, again, a brush and an unboxing experience that makes me feel like I'm part of a lifestyle. That makes me feel like when I brush my hair, I can imagine myself in this beautiful environment of their photography. My life is clean, my hair clips are perfect, every hair is in place. I open my eyes, my life's a little different, but they make me believe it while I'm brushing, and that is an incredible feat. This has been Crown Affair Unboxed.